Hi, what's up guys? Welcome to Young Family in our YouTube channel. Today is April 14th, 2023. In today's video, I'm going to share with you my personal experience about rubber band and electrical tape. Which one works better for grafting? Stick with me. Right now, I'm standing in front of a citrus tree which is planted in our front yard. Last year, I did a lot of grafting. I turned this citrus tree into a cocktail or salad citrus tree. So basically, this citrus tree right now can produce different lemons, oranges, mandarins, tangerines, and grapefruits. So how I created this amazing salad citrus tree. If you're interested, you can go back and check out. For your convenience, I put a link down below in the description. So right now, all you can see the leaves and branches are from the sign woods I grafted on this rootstock. I removed all the leaves and branches which produced from rootstock. To be honest, more than 1 year ago, I did a lot of grafting. So at the beginning, I did not have a lot of experience. So most of the grafting failed. I'm going to make several videos to share my failed experience with you. But later, I got more and more experience. So basically, the grafting success rate is pretty high. I think over 80%. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about two simple materials. The first one is just rubber band. The second one is electrical tape. So basically, kind of these two materials are pretty easy and simple, but actually they're pretty important when you do grafting. So actually, to be honest, at the beginning, I only use rubber band for grafting. You can see here, this is a rubber band, and you can check out right here. This is a rubber band, but later I switched to electric tape, and you can check out. Right now, most of the grafting I use electric tape. So electric tape and electric tapes. And you can check out right here, you see a lot of black electric tape still on the branches. So why I switch rubber band to the electric tapes? What's the advantages and downsides for both materials? So in today's video, I'm going to share my personal experience. So first, let's talk about a rubber band. So this is a rubber band. So this is just a regular rubber band. So when I do grafting, I just use scissors or knife and cut here. So to turn this rubber band into grafting stripe. So actually, I didn't go to any website or local store to buy special grafting rubber band. So that one might be more expensive. It's kind of like a UV resistant. So it's professional. So actually, I don't have to do it because the regular rubber band can do this job. It works pretty well at my hand. So that's why I do not recommend you to buy some special grafting rubber band. It's kind of waste money. The advantages of a rubber band, it's pretty easy to get it. So as I mentioned, just a regular rubber band, you can find here anywhere at your hand at home. So you just choose some rubber band, pretty strong and durable. Don't choose some very thin, very narrow rubber band. When you pull it, it's very easy to break it. So for this one, I think it works very well at my hand. So you can see here, if I just pull it and, very elastic, very stretchy, super stretchy actually, to be honest. So for example, I use my finger just to treat it as a graft. So I just wrap this graft and pull it and wrap it and very tightly. You can see very tightly. I feel very pain right now. So basically, it really works. So you just make a tie right here. So you can bond the sign and rootstock together, but you have to make sure the sign in place. So it really works. So let me use this graft as a demonstration to show you how rubber band works. So let's check the label. So I think last year in May, I grafted mandarin, use bark grafting. So basically here you can check there's 2 branches from clementine mandarins. So I grafted onto this rootstock, this big branch. So as you can see here, it's almost 1 year ago. So the rubber band is kind of already decay, it's degraded. So some people have concern about rubber band is not UV resistant. It's very easy to degrade and different kinds of weather conditions. So basically you don't have to worry about it. So basically I just mentioned early, regular rubber band can do this job, because after you wrap this graft, usually if you are successful, you are lucky. So basically 1 or 2 months, definitely your branch signwood will produce some new shoots. You know this is successful. And also that time, I think you can see the callus formation from here. So at that time, definitely your rubber band will not degrade so soon. So usually based on website, they said rubber band can last probably 1 year, kind of several months, definitely no problem. It really depends on the weather condition and the quality of your rubber band. So also when I do grafting, I always cover this area with a paper bag. Let me show you here. You can see here, I always cover the rubber paper bag to protect, direct sunlight, because it's going to burn your signwoods. So basically this paper bag can protect the UV. So UV resistant is not important. So that's why it is not necessary for you to buy any high quality UV resistant rubber band, kind of like a professional grafting rubber band. So this is, you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so far I already talked about a lot of advantages of rubber band, but the downsides for rubber band I'm going to talk about. So basically, rubber band can secure the signwoods or bud in place, but the rubber band cannot protect moisture loss. That means, so basically you have to keep this graft moist. So to keep the graft moist, there's several ways I can solve this problem. So one way, I just first wrap this area with paraffin to make sure to keep it moist inside. Or I just wrap it with rubber band first, then I wrap it with paraffin. So make sure to keep inside moist. Another issue for the rubber band, when I finish the wrap, so I'm going to make a tie. So kind of like a tie a lot. So it's kind of pain in the ass. So I have to hold the rubber band's 2 ends tightly. Otherwise, I don't want to lose up the rubber band. So this is kind of, I don't like it. So let's make a summary about the rubber band. So the advantages of rubber band is very easy to get it, very cheap, durable, very strong. The downside is you have to make a tie and hold the rubber band 2 ends tightly. Otherwise, it will lose up. The second thing is the rubber band cannot protect moisture loss. So I just talked about a rubber band. So as I mentioned, the rubber band has to work with paraffin. This is one of my favorite material when I do grafting. So I already cut small slice. So basically, the paraffin is very stretchable. You can see, very stretchable. So anyway, now let's talk about the electric tape. So basically, electric tape If I use electric tape, so I don't have to use rubber band and a paraffin, because this one can do both jobs. So actually, this is electric tape. It's a vinyl electric tape. So I'm not sure whether it is UV resistant or not, but anyway, it's not important. So this electric tape is a vinyl electric tape. I got this one last year from Amazon website. I only spent like less than $3. So it's pretty long. One roll, it is about 66 feet long. So it can works for different temperatures, basically from 32 to 176 degrees Fahrenheit. So basically this is original designed for electricity. So basically I don't use this one for electricity. I just for graft. So anyway, it works very well. So they said it is stretchy. Let me try this one. Here. They said super stretchy. So definitely compared with paraffin, I don't think it's super stretchy, but it is stretchy. You can see here. You can pull it and stretch a little bit. So let me pull hard. You still can break it. You see here? You still can break it. But anyway, I pull very, very hard. So you don't have to pull so hard. When you wrap, for example, let me use my finger as a demonstration. So you just wrap this graft and pull a little bit. So make sure the sign in place. So whenever, whatever you want to stop it, you can just pull hard to break it, or just use scissors, cut specific lengths. So, and just stop it here. For example, I pull it. So basically this kind of material, as I mentioned, is kind of stretchy. And the most important part I like it is super sticky, adhesive. So you do not have to make a tie. So you can just break it and it's done. So just like a rubber band, electric tape, it's also pretty easy to get it. You can find this item in any hardware store. So local hardware store, you can find it. So basically I purchased this one in local 99 cents only store. So each roll, I think is 50 feet long. There's 2 rolls in one pack. So I only spent like $1.50. It's pretty cheap. So far I have not used it, but I know it should work. So this is just regular electric tape. So you don't need any special grafting electric tape. Now let's use this graft as a demonstration to show the electric tape. So basically I think this is a lemon because the flower is like a light purple. So here I already take off a little bit the electric tape. So I'm going to totally remove it. So when you remove the electric tape, so you have to make sure you can see the formation of colors. So especially when you do the bark grafting, so if too early you remove the electric tape, probably you are going to take off the sign from the bark. So but right now I think it's pretty strong, the colors right here. So I don't have to worry about it. Let me remove it. I want to totally remove this electric tape. So anyway, I already remove it. So you can see here, it's beautiful, the colors right here. So I think this is cleft grafting. You can see here the cleft. So I put a signwood inside here. So you can see here this graft unit, beautiful, very strong to hold this sign. So anyway, so as I mentioned, electric tape, so basically can protect the moisture loss. So I don't have to wrap this area using paraffin. So basically, it's pretty easy just to use electric tape. So basically, it is adhesive, so very easy. So actually, so far, I have not found any downside for electric tape. The only thing probably you have to worry about is when you see the formation of callus, it's better to remove the electric tape. So basically, compared to the rubber band, I think electric tape is kind of more resistant to the weather. So basically, it can last very, very long. So you don't want to leave it here on the branch. So basically, you can just remove it. But rubber band, definitely, they can decay and degrade and break down. The last thing I'd like to mention you is this cable tie. So basically, this cable tie is 4 inches long right here. They said UV resistant, can hold 15 pounds, pretty strong, even very tiny, short, the cable tie. Sometimes in some specific conditions, I just worry about it, a little bit concerned. Maybe the sign wood and the rootstock cannot hold in place securely. So I just use the cable tie. So let me show you. Okay, this is one graft. So basically, I have no idea. This is what kind of citrus, probably orange or mandarin, because I cannot find the label right here. So here you can see one shoot from the rootstock. So I have to remove it. So this is bark grafting. So this is original. I put a tie right here because that time probably I worry about it. This, soundwood into the just underneath the bark, probably not securely in place. So I put a tie right here. Later, this soundwood is doing very well. You can see some new leaves and some blooms on it. It's going to bloom pretty soon. So when I gently touch this soundwood, it can move. So that's why I worry about it. So I put another tie, cable tie right here. So just to make sure or not accidentally break this one. So because right now, this soundwood is doing very well. Beautiful. Okay, so when you use cable tie, so be careful. There's one thing you have to remember to remove it. So this is, I think, probably bark grafting. So actually, I use rubber band. So I put a tie right here just to want to make sure it is secure. The soundwood in place. Later, I forgot it. So you see here, just recently I removed the tie because I can see here, like a kind of cut right here because this branch is growing big and big and large, and you can see here, right here. So kind of like a cut right here. So right now, but this branch is doing very well. You see a big shoots branches right here. So anyway, today's video kind of a little bit long. So I just want to make sure you totally understand my explanation and my experience. So if you like today's video, give a thumb up. If you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe. Like, share, leave comments down below. See you next time in my new video.